Hello guys, so this session is all about WBJE and what you need to do for West Bengal JE and how it is being compared to JE mains, and this how much marks, how to prepare, what is the paper strategy, how is the paper structure. This is what we are going to discuss in this particular video. Okay, so quickly if we just go around and see what is the deadline. So 23rd is the day where you will be taking the WBJE, that is just almost 3-4 days away, and paper 1 and paper 2 are the maths, and physics and chemistry are clubbed, say, like the last year, and 2 hours paper are there, and there is a break now. So this is what I wanted to highlight, and that is why I have taken. So there is a break of 1 hour between maths and the physics and chemistry paper. So you need to utilize this break very efficiently. So this is the another very important thing that you people need to do. I have seen so many people doing cribbling in this break period. Okay, what they do, they crib about what they were not able to do in the math section, which is going to let their score very down in this second paper. So my advice, so if you want my advice on this particular stuff, my advice to you would be that if you are given a 1 hour break, you should utilize it for relaxation, right? You should utilize it for relaxation. Do not talk to any of your friend, right? Do not discuss what you have done, how many questions you attempted, what your friend did, how many questions he has attempted. This is all going to give you demotivation. Never re-examine the paper 1 in the break. Never ever do that activity. What you can do, you just relax. For relaxation, already it's a very humid and condition out there in this period, in this year of this time of the year. What you can do is go for a glucose water, right? This is most important stuff that you can do, or maybe any energy water that you can think of, because it will be almost 2 in the 1 p.m. high humidity, very high waves, heat waves. So save your energy, and in fact if you can take a nap, quick nap, if you are coming with your parents, or if you are having a car, or if you are have any park around, right? Just lay down there, take some nap, eat something. Do not, yeah, so if in this, do not eat too much, right? You can eat light. That is what we can say, eat very light. Okay, do not, do not fill your stomach so that you start yawning in the paper too. So do eat very light. So something like idli, sambar, whatever you want to say, a very light dish you can take. More of the concentration should be on to drink, right? And drink water, as much water as you can drink, and remember to go to a loo before you start with your second session, right? So this is the most important aspect here. Now coming to the category or the paper structure, so the paper structure has been similar to the last year. There are 3 categories of questions: category 1, category 2, category 3. Category 1 has full marks as 1 mark question, category 2 is 2 marks question, category 3 is 2 marks question again. But this is now multiple choice, more than one answer correct. So this becomes a very tricky kind of scenario here. So just to see what all things are there into consideration, category 1 is only one option correct. Correct will yield 1. Negative marking is there in this also, that is -1/4, right? So let's see, we'll just come back to the earlier slide. Okay, for any combination, all right. So this the option is nothing important, only one option is correct. But the category 2 has +2 marks and -1/2, that is 25% negative marking again. So that means +2 if you get a right answer, and -0.5 if you get a wrong answer. A very good hypothesis, very good marking strategy here, I would say. Okay, and category 3 question we will be having more than one correct. So it do have partial marking here. The importance of it has partial marking. So what do you mean by partial marking? Let me just highlight it for you. So partial marking, we mean, let's say the answer to the problem is A, B and C, and you have marked A, B, right? So if you see your answer is a subset of the correct answer, so you will be awarded 2 is the total marks. You would have got 2 marks if you have answered A, B, C, but if you have only answered A, B, you will say the number of correct option mark divided by, so you will get actually 2/3 of 2, which is very good in terms of. So actually if you see, WBJE is basically a combination of your JE mains and JE advanced. So this partial marking was invented in JE advanced, so it's basically a combination of JE mains and JE advanced. And to talk about the quality of the questions you people have, then also I will say it's a combination of both of them. So I will not say that the paper is easy. It's comparable to what you get at mains level, and you will find difficult questions as well. All right. So now we'll just talk about what is the difficulty level, just to talk about more on the category of the problems you people have at hand. So the earlier side, let's go back to this and let's see. So 50 questions will be of category 1. So this is 50 marks here. This is 30 and this is 20. So that is why it becomes 100 marks here. Okay. The same stuff goes for the physics. So 30 here and this is 10 marks. This is also 10 marks. 30 marks here, 10 marks here and 10 marks here. Okay, so now how you should attempt the paper. So if you see, there are a lot of questions. So 75 in maths that have to be attempted in 2 hours. So 75 questions in 2 hours. That's a very good challenge that you people have attended. So 120 minutes, and the questions that you will find will be of moderate difficulty. I will not say that majority paper will be easy, but the majority paper will be of moderate level. So this is the tricky part here. So they ask you some really good questions in the examination. Okay, so your target on this particular level would be to choose questions. What you have to do is you have to choose questions. That is what you have to do. Be very selective. I'm going to talk about this in the other slide. That is what your target is, how you have to prepare for the exam, that you should be very choosy. You have to decide that which question you will be able to solve and which questions you will not be able to solve. If you ask me, I can see that this category 2 here is very lucrative to me. Why? Because it is giving you +2 if you get a right question, right? And this is 15 marks over here. So this is a very good option that you people have at hand. And I would love to utilize this space. So for example, if you know that you are 50% sure, 50-50 chances of in category 2, I will say go for the shot. Because if you get marks, you will get actually 2 marks as compared to solving 2 questions here in this particular category. Also, if there is category 3, let me be very clear with category 3. Category 3 questions all have to be attempted. All have to be attempted. So all have to be attempted. What do you mean by this is that since there is no negative marking here, please remember there is no negative marking in the category 3. So since no negative marking, you can randomly answer anything. If you do not know the question, random marking could also be done. Please utilize this space. So if we talk about the probability of getting anything right, you can actually go and talk about saying if you just mark AB and you find that AB is the subset of your answer, you will get the marks for this. Alright, so you have to randomly mark also. Please note that stuff. Okay, so random marking is necessary, and in fact you can at least try for category 3 problem. That is not a problem here. So if we talk about, since this is section 1 and this will be your section 2, so if we talk about section 1, that is maths first of all, right? Section 1 is maths. You have 120 minutes for section 1 and you are having almost 75 questions, out of which 10 questions are of category 2. So this is actually going to take a lot of time. So obviously, why? Because you have to now see all the 4 options A, B, C, D for getting answers correct over here. So this is going to consume your time. So I would say start with category 2, shift to category 1. So my preference order would be category 2, then you go to category 1 and then go to category 3, right? But category 3 all have to be attempted. Even if you are having a lack of time, remember to do random marking. Okay, and for category 1 you should not be like that I have to attempt complete category 1 and then I'll go to category 3. If you find that you are almost done with category 1 and you are not able to solve more than your quota, then you can immediately kick to category 3. Okay, same strategy for section 2 also, same strategy. Okay, so the strategies remain the same for both of them. Coming to some important topics that you people can study for the paper. Vector is important, probability is important. So this you can actually go and just see. So there might be some variations. Okay, so just go through them. Similarly, current, electricity, heat and thermo, electricity. So if you notice, these topics are very much in common and inclined with what you did for JEE mains. Similarly here, kinetics, bonding, transition. So you can just go flip around. So I never prescribe something called important topics for any paper, because papers are very competitive and they do not follow a set pattern. But if you still want it, this is the list that you can study and revise accordingly. Tips for the paper. So paper is actually a speed game. If we talk about its complete speed game, blasting way. So your target is selective with the question selection. You have to be very selective with what you choose to do, and that is why mock test will help you out. So my strategy would be here to solve at complete mock tests. Do complete mock tests. So take at least 3 mock tests so that you can decide what questions to leave and what questions to select for answering, because this is a time game. This is complete time game thing. Be prepared for tough questions. So there would be some tough questions which will be above the JEE mains level. All right, so you need to skip them. That is the challenge. You need to skip them or save them for the last. Save them for the last. So this is what is your activity for the paper, because you need to attempt more and more to get high marks. So you have to do this. Utilize the break properly. We already discussed that how to utilize the break. You need to do this activity as well. Okay, coming to the predicted ranks for the engineering department. So it's a 200 marks paper, as we have just seen. So it's a 200 marks paper. Okay, 200 marks paper, and if you see, 170 plus will get you a rank of 110, and you can get to your Jadavpur University with the CS taking place. Alright, so if you have anything between 160 to 170, it's between 1 to 50. 150 plus if you have, that is under 200. So this is just a prediction though. Alright, so all of this is nothing but a prediction. Do not just completely go by this, but if you want a barrier to be defined for you, I would say this is the barrier. Okay, so this is something which people should target. That is 120 plus should be the target. That is what my target is for you guys. Okay, now coming to the last part, that is the wishes. So my best wishes are you with always, so that you people can crack the exam in a big way. So, and I hope that you people come out laughing, all cheerful about the exam. Okay, do keep in mind the tips that we have just talked about. Be selective, manage your time well, do mock tests so that you can manage and practice time, and be patient during the break. Do not lose your concentration and get demotivated in that 1 hour break. Alright, best wishes. Do let me know how was your exam after 23rd.